like saving $1,000. Not gonna lie to you there. 30 seconds. Hey, everybody. Thanks again for joining us for another Smart Talk Tuesday with Vince, Brandon, and Pete, as always. How you guys doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Good. We made it.
Dude,
Only a couple minutes late here. I should change the name of the show to Technical Difficulties. There's always something going on, but we made it. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We love to get your comments and everything in the chat as we go tonight. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. We're going to talk about a little smart home news. I hope one of you guys has the rundown because I don't. So counting on you guys for me. For that.
Right here.
Excellent. I did check it out. I just don't have it pulled up right now. We'll do Smart Talk News, and we're also going to talk about outdoor smart home, talking about different devices, different automations you can do, and other ways to make your home smart outdoors, because summer's coming up, and it's nice, and it's wonderful, and hope you're all enjoying it as well. So, we ready to go here, guys?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's the Minnesotan.
Roll.
That's the Minnesotan in you right there. I think everyone figured that,
Oh.
figured that one out. But yeah, so let's just dive right into the news, you guys. Oh, where's my bumper? I don't even have my bumper tonight. Again, technical difficulties happening. So news. Brandon, what do you got for us?
So I don't know if you guys have had a chance to try this out yet, but if you have your Amazon Echo app, I won't use the name because some of us probably have her unmuted nearby, but you can actually map out your house in 3D, and then you can kind of place the devices in the different rooms. Only available for Apple currently, but if you want to give Amazon more of your data, information,
sign me up
and scan. So that's been interesting. Have either of you tried it out yet, or just me?
No, just
I've not tried it out yet.
All right. Well, I did it, and it was very easy to build the room. So first, you just kind of scan the space. Look at the ceiling, look at the floor. It'll kind of detect where furniture is, and it makes this cool little 3D map. And then it detects the doors, and then you kind of click the next doorway, and that's your next starting point. And so,
nice,
really easy to build it. And then you just kind of drop in the different devices, and then you can use the map view to quickly click on that room and turn the lights on and off, which is pretty slick. I wasn't able to get it to come up as the default view on my Echoes or anything, so just in the app on my phone. But it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean that seems like the right way to go about it.
I did it with Samsung. Just released their map view as well not too long ago, and I've done it with them. Well, you can't really see that at all. Never mind.
Nope.
Anyways, I did that with the Samsung SmartThings one. It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, so,
I don't know how functional it is yet.
Well, that was my question. So yeah, I've seen it at Samsung at CES. They showed that off, and it looks like a really good way to quickly be able to get control of the things you want. I haven't set one up yet, so I haven't used it. You find you're not using it for that purpose?
Not yet, no. I mean, I think the idea is maybe get behind in on a dashboard setting to be able to have kind of some access to things, but I think it's got to come a little bit further for me anyways to use on a more regular basis.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Brandon?
I would think with the Echo Hub on the wall, you use it more, but I don't know. There's just so many different ways to control your devices, and honestly, the best way is for it just to be happening in the background without any input. So,
all right.
Anyway, so Amazon's going to steal some more data. That's great.
Always good.
Sticking with the same AR theme, we saw that, Dyson. Yeah, Dyson has this new AR vacuum where it shows where you've cleaned. And so if you were following the Apple Vision, you might have seen this mock-up of of someone wearing it, and it kind of has coins on the ground.
Oh,
and
like gamify it, kind of.
Gamify it, yeah. So Dyson's actually.
I think it'd be cool if it had boogers.
Cool.
Boogers on the floor where you didn't clean.
Dog poops.
Yeah. So Dyson actually built it out, and you basically attach your phone to the vacuum. It's got a little mount there, and then you go around and vacuum, and it just like covers it up, makes it purple or whatever. So
how come
that was kind of interesting.
That's no fun.
It is, but why did they invest in that instead of a robot that just did it for you?
Yeah, it's next time.
I guess you still need.
Dyson does have a new robot vacuum though.
Oh,
at some obscene price.
Well, it's a Dyson. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. A friend of mine was asking if I was going to test it. It's like, they don't do review units, at least for a guy my size, and I'm not spending $2,000 on this thing to test it out. So it didn't look like it had any like new features that were like revolutionary.
It's got it's got one key design. Right. It's got a key feature that no other vacuum has: the Dyson logo on the front of it, and you pay extra for that
with the weird colored section. Sure. Like it's like the Dyson design. I've watched a couple reviews on it, and I would just say most of the reviews just say lackluster for the price.
Yeah,
not surprised.
Now I'm torn. Am I Team Roborock or Team Narwhal? We'll see. Testing them both out right now.
All right.
I will say you get what you pay for with robot vacuums, though. I did that little
the $100 one you said.
Yes, on the cheapo ones. It's just so frustrating. But I am working on an article for Realtor Magazine where it's like what you should get at each price point and why it makes sense to spend more. I think for our audience, they already know you got to have that LiDAR. So.
Oh yeah. So all right, this next item on the news was I found interesting. Brandon, was this your or was this Vince's?
Yeah, I threw this one on there. So sticking with the
newsman
robot,
this week.
Yeah, sure. Sticking with that robot theme, Atlas is from Boston Dynamics. If you guys are familiar with the hydraulic dancing, does a bunch of parkour, just like the stunts where people are hitting him and he's whatever. Anyways, that robot, his name was Atlas. He's actually been retired, and now they've got like a new robot that's all electric. Very creepy looking. It's got like this like weird. I wish I had some visuals for you guys, but
I was unprepared today.
That's all right. We'll let it slide. It reminds me of some movie, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's just like the circular head, and it like spins all the way around, so like its front becomes its back.
Nice.
And trying to spin its head. I don't know. It's creepy.
Yeah. So hey, Steve's got a question about vacuums. If we can go back to there for a sec, he said, "Are there any robot vacuums that avoid pet urine?" And A, are there? And B, why would you want it to avoid the pet urine? Don't you want it to get the pet? It should sense there's pet urine and put the extra goop down to pick it up, right?
Yeah. So I mean, we got a cat and two dogs. They're pretty well potty trained, but you can't avoid all the accidents. I know the robot vacuums are good at some of them at least are good at getting number two. Number one though, they're just gonna go. I mean, how would it know the difference between that and like juice or something that it's supposed to? So a good one would just clean it and then go back.
The new vacuum robot of the future, the vacuum shampooer robot.
Yeah, exactly.
The carpet shampooer.
Exactly. It like sprays and then it comes back. But
nice.
At least with like Narwhal, it's got this like dirt detect, so maybe it would be like, oh hey, I got some nasty stuff. I'm gonna go hit that spot again.
Does the Narwhal have a horn on the front? Like I feel like that's a missed opportunity. It should.
But it's spelled differently. It's NARWL. Or NARWAL.
I would put a horn on there. I would put.
I don't know if this is lost in translation or something, but I feel like they spelled this wrong. Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
You can design one on a 3D printer.
There we go.
We can do a 3D print. That'd
be awesome.
You make it rainbow color.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Although it won't be able to go inside.
We get some vinyl graphics at least. Really spruce it up.
Oh, mate, you got a printer, right, Vince? You can make that happen.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh.
That's behind me.
I want to.
You probably can't see it.
I can't. I want to see that horn. All right, next episode, I want to see a horn on your Narwhal vacuum.
It would only work for the Plus. You couldn't do it for the Ultra because the Ultra's got to fit into the dock.
All the way?
Yeah, it goes all the way in there.
Really? Huh.
I like the decal ideas. That's a
Decal
good one. They put some
wrapped up.
like a narwhal decal on it.
Yeah.
At minimum, maybe just a unicorn sticker, but
Yeah, sure.
add some flavor.
Flame and some flames on the side, maybe make it faster.
Yeah, flames. Sure.
That's
Flames and rainbow. I need the rainbow.
awesome. All right,
Brandon's new Etsy business.
you're gonna make a
Robot
fortune
vacuum decals.
on robot vacuum decals. Robot vacuum decals.com for all your robot vacuum decal needs. Check it out. I bet
I would
that's
have that gal from Family Guy, Consuelo or whatever. I clean. That could be fun.
God, I do still watch that show. I haven't watched that show in a
I
long
haven't in
time.
a long time.
Oh my God.
It just sticks in your head. Right?
I know. I used to love it, but I just haven't seen it for just like Simpsons. Just haven't seen it for a long time. So, all right, we got.
Still making those. It's crazy.
I know. I mean, hey, printing money. Might as well keep it up. And I struggle to get one episode of this every other week, and it's nothing. Need help. All right.
In other news, you came over and we got that Echo hub installed. So
We did. That was great. That video is my next one on the list, so we'll talk about it in our what we were working on. But that was.
He didn't destroy any ceiling drywall, putting his through the foot.
You stepped on it one time. You did step. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
You must have that thick.
But I was like
fancy drywall.
A 3-point stance. So I just like, oh hey, wait a minute. It was fine.
Yeah. So no,
we're coughing for the next 3 hours afterwards. Even with wearing masks, blown in insulation is not your friend.
No, attics are the worst. There's.
You'll find it later too.
What, in our throats? The insulation?
No, like it'll like randomly appear.
Oh yeah.
Some got stuck into the return vents and gets kicked back through.
Yeah. I had like in our stair where I was like, where did this come from?
All right, we got two more news items here. State Farm. Do you want to talk about this fire prevention?
I put this one on.
Okay.
But yeah, so State Farm, I partnered up with the Whisker Labs, and basically it's they're expanding it to it's called a Ting, Ting, but it basically plugs into an outlet, and it can detect if electrical wires are arcing in the house, which is a precursor to house fires.
Mm-hmm.
And they're testing out on 2 million homes, so they'll be able to detect if you potentially have a house fire from electrical.
Isn't that what kind
of a cool idea?
Yeah, it is. But aren't all the outlets? What are they? The GFIC outlets, don't they? Or no, the ground. Those are ground fault ones. There's the special outlets that detect ground faults. Is that or arc faults?
Yeah, but I think this. Right, but I think this is going to be able to detect or like basically notify like through either an app and notify them so they can notify to prevent those fires from happening.
Okay, nice.
Apparently it's a big enough deal of where electrical fires where like either probably in older homes that maybe don't have code or not up to code in the last 20 years.
There's a neighborhood in Otsego, so not far from us. Newer neighborhood, Lennar built. I don't know if it was an issue with a contractor, but there's 3 houses that have burned down so far in that neighborhood, all due to electrical fire. So that cannot be a coincidence.
Wow. Okay. No.
Yeah. Speaking of smart home devices in homes for insurance purposes, Hippo was like the original one to kind of create this package around, giving a device that would be in a house and then you get a discount for it. And so it's interesting to see more companies, jumping on that idea. I know American Family is another one now that has like some sort of device where you keep it in your home and you save some money, whether that's like detecting carbon monoxide or smoke or a bunch of different things, I'm sure. So
yeah,
and I'm seeing Allstate has one now too, where you get like some sort of discount.
So I gotta be honest, I am more in tune to paying for safety features in my house and my car and all that sort of thing. When now, as I get older, I've got kids. Like it
makes sense.
It just used to be like save a little cash. Nothing. I'm invincible. Nothing will happen to me. So, but yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. So, all right.
Even from a business aspect, like I even saw some stuff that for Airbnb, people that have Airbnb properties, the device that you put into. It measures decibel levels. It measures if someone's smoking. someone's smoking in their house,
Mhm.
or things like that, and it sends you notifications for those things too.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, and then you put a camera in the bathroom, and then no, you wouldn't. You would never do that.
As we learned last
Like-
2 weeks ago, you can't have cameras in Airbnbs.
That's right.
inside
That's
anymore.
right.
It's true. I had to take down some of my videos that I had posted because I was like, well, I don't want people to think that this was after the fact. So
Right. Yep. So
get reported to Airbnb for the video. So
all right, we got one more piece of news about Home Assistant had their 11th anniversary. Is that Vince? Did you throw that in there?
yeah, so they actually, if you go to like Home Assistant's YouTube channel, they do like a state of the open home. It's like a state of the union.
Yep.
It's like 2.5 hours long. So grab some popcorn, but it kind of talks about like where they've come and what they're working on, and then what their future stuff is that they're planning. So
anything
it's pretty cool to see. You don't have
So
to watch
again,
2
you're
hours of
saying
it.
that there's homework to do when you're a Home Assistant owner.
It's just more seeing like what they're working
Bash
on. That
Home
was more what I was.
every episode for no reason.
I haven't.
Just set it and forget it. That's the Home Assistant motto, right? Not quite. So, all right. Well,
make sure to get our user questions. I had some user questions text to me, so I'm gonna make sure we get these added here.
Excellent. All right.
Don't mind me.
We'll get to those. Is that we'll do that before we get to our main topic here? Our
no, it's part of our main topic.
It's part of our main. Okay, excellent. Yeah. So if you guys saw, we're talking about outdoor smart home, outdoor automations for your house. Summer's starting. I was over at Brandon's house the other day. Saw some of his cool stuff he's got. But yeah, let's dive in right here. Lots of cool stuff.
You might want to preface it, Pete, that for us, it's just like we get all this stuff out because we're here in the wintertime. It's so cold. We put it all inside.
Right.
And then when summertime comes, bring it all out.
People don't understand that. Yeah, we can't leave things out all the time. Usually we have snow. This year we didn't have snow, but usually we get snow and it's cold and it's horrible. But yeah.
And the grass goes dormant, so that's kind of neat.
Yes.
So even without the snow,
no mowing,
growing. I guess in Texas it still doesn't grow. That's a nationwide thing, I suppose. Or it's just we're so used to it being covered up that
I want that grass they have in like Ireland that just doesn't grow. Like it just like kind of stays at a mowed level. I don't know how they do that. Like it's amazing, but that's like a thing.
Moss?
I actually taught you can grow moss on your like that's a thing you can do. I tried to convince Kelly that was the way to go, but she's like, no. I'm like, fine, we won't grow. But then that's like moss would be awesome. Moss feels great on your feet. It doesn't grow. You don't have to mow it. Looks nice. I don't know.
And you can golf on it. You can do putting.
That's right. I know. That'd be perfect.
I like it. So I did get a robot mower though. So it took a couple of years of pestering enough companies, and eventually I got one. Supposedly I'm getting another one here pretty soon, so we'll see.
Nice.
We can pit them against each other.
Like
Robot
Wars.
Yeah,
battle bots.
Everybody always says that about the vacuums that I have, but I think with mowers, because the blades are built in. But no, we got the Works Vision, so that's or Works Landroid Vision. Sorry, but it's basically like their previous versions, but instead of using a guide wire around the house, it uses cameras and GPS, and so setup was good so far. Honestly, our grass hasn't really grown enough to tell, but unlike other people's videos I've seen recently with that mammoth one, the big cool looking white RC car looking one.
Yeah.
That one seems to do a lot better with like hills and little holes. My little Works here, it's gotten stuck in the tiniest little hole a couple of times, and so I have to get some dirt and fill that in.
or just train your dog to not dig holes. That's the other option.
Well, I don't think it was the dog. It's just this is
varmints.
Production builder quality backyard where they graded it and they really grade it very well.
Oh, they're good.
So yeah, like when we first moved in, it was so bad, and like over time it's gotten a little bit better, but there's still some ankle spraining holes out there, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, so
it's kind of caught on that.
So I'm very intrigued by the idea of a robot lawnmower. If any of you guys on the chat have used a robot lawnmower, I'd love to hear what your opinions are on.
I know at least one of them has, because I saw his awesome review. If you haven't seen, go check out Modern Day Tech. He did a great
Yep,
job on
yep.
it. I enjoyed it. What I liked was that like that one you could like have the mower, like he was following the mower around to set the boundary.
Mhm.
Mine, it's supposed to use GPS and like I kind of trace it with my phone or whatever. I don't think it's very accurate. I definitely witnessed and have video of it ramming the vinyl fence at full speed, even though it has a camera. It's like it should have like saw the fence and stopped, but
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll see. Further testing is definitely required. But I did, it was, I put like things in front of it and it stopped. It didn't hit it. I put my foot in front of it. It seems to be fine with the dogs. So that's been good so far. But
nice. So how often?
Someone posted a comment saying, how much of your neighbor's yard have you mowed?
Oh, yeah. So, no, because we have
He's got a fence all around.
I feel like
it was trying. That's why I rammed at the fence.
It would be doing hitting the neighbors a little. I don't trust the GPS, to be honest. Like I saw its map on the app and it looked questionable at best. So, and I think like similar to the problem that Eric was having is that like we have a vinyl fence, so like it can't go to the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to like open the gate and then.
Yeah, so you need
There's
two.
a lot of logistical issues with robot mowers.
And then the trim, like you still have to trim the lawn if you wanted to get really close.
They're still gonna trim it. And,
so
yeah,
man, Eric,
Fred said,
I
I fear that you would cut somebody or something. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's got 2 more mower offers.
I know, like he's the mower king apparently. So
he's got a nice yard though. It's good.
Yeah.
Good for. Mine's like pretty small. I mean, you've seen it.
Yeah, no, yours is a good size for a robot mower. Mine would probably be too big to do in one pass, but you don't need to do it on one play.
It seems like it goes constantly.
Yeah.
It's got a light on it.
How much
too.
is that one rated for acres? For acres is like an acre that is rated for.
The top tier one goes up to an acre. I know they make other ones that can do more, but
yeah,
I got the half-acre version, and my yard is a third of an acre, but we're only looking at the backyard. So
yeah,
it's probably a 6th or something that it has to do.
Yeah, Fred's.
Did you try to put your foot underneath to see if you tested?
My foot out there.
He did.
Not underneath. I put my foot in front of it, and I was like, God, I hope this works, and it stopped. So that was good. It would have been a really bad test if it failed.
But a great video. It would have made excellent content.
I was recording.
He's like, I put my hand underneath there, and
where did he lose his toes? Well, you see.
Oh, Eric, you should totally build a gate. He says his father-in-law should build an auto gate opener for the mower. Like, totally do that. You can do that, Brandon. We can do that. We could do that together. Now that I know how to do a closet door that opens it.
Yeah.
Someday.
When's that video coming out? By the way,
like 3 weeks ago. I don't know. It's coming. I gotta re-record one thing, and it'll be out this week. I promise, or I'm gonna retire.
Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, so. It's fun. It was a fun video. I got hours of content. Hours of video to get a 5-minute video out of it, but it was great. So yeah, I don't have a robot mower. It seems interesting. I do have an electric mower. I got the Ego mower. Mower last year.
The Ego as well. Once you're in the ecosystem, it's all the rage.
Yeah, so I have the mower and the blower and one other the trimmer. I got the trimmer was the first thing.
Do you have the one that has
we can share? I got the.
Yeah, I have the blower, so like we could like put our minds together here. We're getting there.
I got the snow blower and then the handheld that has the snow thrower at the end, but you can.
Is that good?
Change
Does it work?
No.
Is it good for like sidewalks?
It's terrible. No. It's good for sidewalks. Okay, let's put it this way: it is good for like nothing's lower than like 3.5, 4 inches, but nothing more than 7 inches.
Oh.
It's like sweet spot area of like that it's good for.
Right.
Otherwise, it's completely worthless.
What about the big one, the big snowblower?
But I bought it for like the attachment. So like I get like rocks like on the driveway and stuff like that. So like the brushes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like that's what I plan on using it for this summer. But the other one's good.
Nice.
It's like the bigger one.
So overall, as far as electric mowers, I just got my first electric mower last year was the first year I had it. I mean, I love the maintenance. Like I can go and mow it right now. It's been usually if you don't live in Minnesota, you have to take out all, for those that don't live here, you got to drain the gas and do all this other stuff and change oil and all this other nonsense. But the electric mower, I could just put the battery in and it's ready to go, which is awesome. At least I assume that's how.
What we really need though is the Yardo.
Yeah, the combo.
That's what he says. At my home says you should, Brandon, you need the one with the snow blower.
Yeah,
we all do.
Yeah. I agree.
The
like
Yarbo.
$5,000. If they want to send me one for review, I'd be okay with that.
Absolutely. But
Eric,
I would need the
Florida.
most. My driveway is like a good 700-800 feet. I feel like.
Yeah, in a nice steep angle.
Yeah, no.
Plus, you got that back area too for like your shopping. It'd be a lot.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
How many batteries do you use when you blow it?
How many what?
Yeah. How many batteries do you go
It's
through?
2.
Oh.
That's not bad.
I mean, I have a snow blower guy that comes and snow blows like all like the driveway part, but then I just do all like the sidewalks and stuff.
The truth comes out. So I just have a regular driveway, and it usually I can just do it on the one set of 2 batteries. But I have 4 batteries, so if I could do like the neighbors too or something, or like it was really bad like that.
But have you, Brandon? Have you done the neighbors?
Yeah, they're nice.
Man, my mower can't quite do my whole lawn, and it's the most annoying thing ever. I have to go change the battery, even though it takes.
Interesting.
I know. Like,
did you get a bigger battery, like the?
I got
10 mega or whatever.
I got the maybe, but I'm not. I have a small battery for the blower, and I got the big, so I just swap it out. But it's just annoying. You get
fair enough.
5 minutes left, and you got to go run around and get the battery.
I feel like the electric mowers are good for a good starter for like kids, probably like to start mowing the lawn.
Yeah,
like that's a good way to start. Like you don't have to worry about starting it or anything like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I like it, and more probably safer because when you take your hand off, it's gonna stop.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
most modern mowers probably operate that way now. Actually, couldn't think about it, but
so. Overall,
starting is always a problem for kids, right?
Yes,
yeah.
and for adults. Let's not kid ourselves.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna see a lot more robot lawnmowers. It'll be interesting to see if they get wider spread adoption other than just us influencers and reviewers that are testing them. And
yeah,
once I see a couple neighbors with them, then I'll know. I've seen them on college campuses and stuff, but yeah. Once you see someone,
I think Yarbo ships like in 2-3 weeks, or technically supposed to start shipping in 2 or 3 weeks. So
nice.
All right. Well, I'll keep.
If you're not ready to commit to the robot mower, the electric mowers are good. We all 3 of us now have endorsed the electric mowers. So if you were on the fence, Ego is awesome. Moving on.
Just get the bigger battery. All right. So let's move on to security cameras here. Obviously a big thing for the outdoor smart home for a lot of people. I just got my first security cameras. You can see my video. I put that in a couple months ago. Brandon, you've got 10,000 different security cameras.
I've been testing a bunch. What are you using for a camera right now? What system?
I got the what is it? Onwote, some Chinese manufacturer. It's fine.
Fair enough.
It's fine.
some AliExpress or
I don't know where you can get them on it. They're available on Amazon. So
you can say no to these companies.
This was the first people that offered me something. I'm like, hey, this is interesting. It's not bad. It's not a bad camera.
it's like the first dollar you ever made. You just keep the first security camera system that you ever got.
So, but I the video I did mainly is wired camera versus wireless camera. Is it worth it to do a wired camera? And my conclusion is that yes, but not if you have to run it within. I have a wired. If you can do a wired camera within limits, yeah, they're better obviously than wireless. But I'm not going to run a wire to the back of my house because my house doesn't make that particularly easy to do. So
I feel like you're combining categories though, because you got whether it's battery powered or wired, like how it's powered, and then how the data is transmitted, wireless or cat cable.
Yeah, mine.
So you got lots of options there.
Yeah, so mine's a PoE powered and
so
and
2 in
data.
1. Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty high tech. Yeah, pretty.
Dang.
Yeah, But what do you think about wired versus wireless cameras?
Yeah. So I think if you can run power over Ethernet, that is 100% the way to go.
Agreed.
The local NVR system.
Yep.
I like Reolink, although I'm thinking about going from that up to like Unify, just because one, I want to upgrade my home network to Unify, but
Yes.
two, I think it's a cool system. Plus, with their doorbell all in one. But if you can't do NVR, then I think the next best is going to be hardwired. So if you can replace like a light, keep in mind that you would then have to make sure there's constant power there. So maybe pick one where it's just one and not like a whole row. Otherwise, you got to figure out what you're going to do for the lights and the other ones because it's got to be on. So there's a socket. Otherwise, if there's like an outlet nearby, you can use. That's good. You definitely want the constant power because then it can use like constantly be scanning. The ones that are battery powered, you tend to like miss a lot, because they can't always be going. And they've got like a sensor, of course. But if you are going to do battery, I do recommend at least having solar. So like Eufy, I think is doing a good job with that, where like the solar is like built into it. And then a Reolink, again, like the Track Mix and the Argus Track, they're pretty darn good. We've got them in our backyard, and yeah, just solar powered, and they can record to SD or otherwise.
Yeah, can the Reolinks do their wired and their wireless in the same system? I think that's like a good combination because there's some areas like if you want to have one way out in your shed or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So within the app, you can connect them both. Some of them, so if they get constant power, they can actually record back to the NVR. So like one of our track mixes, there's an outlet that was nearby, and so that one I just have plugged in, and it records both locally, and then it can do it on the SD card as well. But there's no reason to because we got the NVR.
Right. Yep. So Fred says he likes his.
Okay. No, I was just going to say I just got one of those Reolinks to replace like a solar Wi-Fi camera that I had from Ring. But it's the 4G one, and I've been having actually a tough time with it. But maybe I'm not doing something right on any of the 4G ones yet, or used any of the 4G ones.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to test those yet. I know a couple of people in the chat have, so we'll see if they chime in with their feedback.
I was saying Fred said he likes the new Tapo cameras. I was just wondering.
Tapo.
Is it Tapo? I'm going with Tapo, and I'm sticking with it. So
I think it's Tapo.
No, it's Tapo.
There's no E at the end, so
Tapo would be 2 P's. It's Tapo. It's Tapo. 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 Anyways.
Either way.
I'm curious if those are battery.
I'm not a buyer after that. I think you spend a little bit more money. You get something that's hardwired or power over Ethernet. I'm not a fan of like the cheap stuff. Like Blink is garbage. Wise, it's okay for checking pets, but you really want like that constant recording.
Yeah,
you want rich notifications. You want object recognition, and
yep,
I think it's worth paying a little bit more to get that. And even if it comes with a subscription, but ideally you can record locally. So like Eufy, Reolink, that's where it's at.
So
I've had no problems with my Ring spotlight cams, like the ones that are hardwired, like on the outside of the house. Even though they're wireless, I've had no issues with those. But
so I am curious, how often do you actually use your security cameras? Like check them? Like I have it, and I hardly ever feel like I need to check it. I like that it's recording all the time, so if something happens, but
So at first I never looked at them. I was like, oh, cool, it's peace of mind. But now we have it set up so when like the door opens to let the dogs out, then the backyard feeds all automatically pull up on an Echo device that's nearby. So it's nice to just make sure that the dogs are fine. And like one dog will go left, the other dog will go right, so you can't watch both. So it's good to just have the camera feed. And then we've got a bunch of garden beds, so like we can see them when they're like hiding right there. The one dog eats poop as well, so if one of them poops, we got to run out there and pick it up right away so he doesn't eat it.
And you'll get great footage if they ever get run over by that lawnmower. So that's
yeah. And I've got some good footage of my neighbor's kid like LARPing in the street. So I mean, like that's cool.
Yeah.
The other thing is like watch when's the package coming? So I'll just have the feed pulled up. Like while I'm working, I can just like see, oh, they're coming, and I want to get to the door before the dogs hear because they just go crazy.
No, really, yeah.
Especially if like my wife is working from home and she's like on a call,
And
'cause her office is pretty
Yep.
close to the door.
and I show up, and they're very excited to see me.
Yes, yeah. One in particular. Then they get each other riled up. They get excited.
Yeah. So I just for me, my office is like I can see out I can see my front door like right there. So it's like I just don't know how to ever check it. Like my kids use it like if they have a cool trick shot they do in the driveway with the basketball. So like we can pull up the video and show that. But yeah, so but that's cool. I'm glad there's lots of options, and yeah, again, wired definitely superior to wireless if you can get the wire where you want to. Let's go on to some lighting ideas for the outside. Do any of you guys have permanent lights yet for the Christmas and things, the holidays? You got the oh yeah,
Yeah, I do.
okay, yes, I've seen. Yeah, you're right. Stupid question, of course.
I got the curtain lights over the garage that you can, the Govee ones where you can buy 3 sets and they make one image all the way across. And then I got the permanent outdoor lights as well.
Yeah, so check out his TikTok channel while TikTok still exists. While you can, it's right under his name.
And Brandon's got in his too.
or on Brandon's channel on the YouTube. But that's something I'm interested in doing. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, but I would like to get some.
I realize we're in opposite order on the live stream than we are in the we're recording. I was like pointing to Vince, but I was pointing to you. But no, yeah, we got a good footage on my channel of his great outdoor lighting from Govee is the main stuff, right?
Yeah, Govee, and then I have some Philips Hue as well, so like some spotlights and then the bollard lights as well. I did have if you watch some of Brandon's earlier first videos when he first came out, I had a bunch of ring pathway lights. I've since kind of gotten rid of most or all of those just because they're not very reliable. I actually plan on this summer putting in a low voltage system instead of the solar or the battery powered.
Oh, nice.
They just a lot more maintenance.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just went the cheapo route. So I got the best-selling solar pathway lights on Amazon, partially because I wanted to make influencer videos about them. But I installed them, and my wife was like, "These look great." So they're just
at the end of the day,
solar-powered ones.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they don't need to be smart. Right. I have enough cameras that give me motion notifications. I don't need a motion notification from my pathway light. All 16 of them that I had.
Yeah, and you don't need colored lights out there except for the holidays. You might want some colored lights, but yeah, just having some pathway lights is a nice feature. So,
and then our backyard, we've got some just motion lights. Again, just cheap ones on Amazon, but so great for when the dogs come out. It lights up the whole yard.
Yep.
And then as soon as they're in, they're off, and there we go. I talked to both of my neighbors about it too because I was worried, are these too bright or bothersome? And they both said that they don't notice them at all. So
it's not
like they're just on all the time.
What's the range in your motion? Because I put a Philips Hue outdoor motion sensor for my backlight out there for the dog, but it doesn't go far enough. If the dog's way at the back fence, the lights turn off anyways. So
I think the way that they're positioned, so they're on the deck and the dogs come from underneath. So they trigger them on their way out and then it lights up the whole yard. So I think that's what helps, but it's probably 10 feet or something, 15 feet maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
So we wouldn't reach the end if someone was kind of creeping along the fence line or something.
Yeah. But I was saying if the dog is out for more than the time I've allotted for it to, detect motion, then it just gets dark and whatever.
In between the motion lights and then our pathway lights and then the cameras, so the track mixes, there's 3 of them. So those have the spotlight cameras. Really lights up the backyard pretty darn well.
Yeah.
It's nice.
There's a motion sensor out there too. I'm trying to remember the brand name off my head, but it's fairly expensive, an outdoor one that has some massive range. I think 50 feet. I'd have to, maybe I'll send it later. I don't remember which one it was.
That's too much. You got to dial that back a little bit. If you can make that adjustable, it'd be pretty cool though. Vince, do you have for your exterior lights, were they a package solution or did you do it totally DIY? I assume it's DIY.
It's DIY and they all kind of are set to routines. But for example, like the Govee lights are all one package. Like all the permanent lights are all under one program.
Okay.
And then I have some floodlights and some other stuff, but they're all like individual. But I mean, I threw them all together, so I'll call it DIY.
Yeah, but you still use like Govee with the Govee controller and then the preset, but then you combine them together into a DIY solution.
Correct.
Essentially. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A couple comments there now. I got like 4 of them now.
Well, yeah, they're very interested about your lights and everything.
I know.
I mean, you got some next level lighting at your house.
No, he does. He does. I will say again, and we harp on Wi-Fi all the time. I have a Wi-Fi smart bulbs in front of my house, and they look great when they work.
Well, all of Govee is Wi-Fi, so
yeah. So I've got LifeX bulbs in the front of my house, and it's all like for holidays. It's, I have it pre-programmed for every holiday, right? I never have to think about it. So on St. Patrick's Day they turn green. 4th of July it's gonna be red, white, and blue. Every other day it's white, but half the mornings, not half, but about once a week there's gonna be a light on in the morning, and once a week there's not gonna be a light turned on at night, and there's no real reason for that.
If you have the permanent lights, or if you get the permanent lights, like what I've seen other people do, which is a neat idea, like even on some other channels, so you have the Govee permanent lights, you can set them up where only certain lights are on, and then you can turn them to like a white light. So then like maybe you only light the eaves or the center of the eaves, and they're white, so then it doesn't look like it's holiday lights.
Yeah.
You're only lighting up maybe 6-7 lights, chips per an entire string, so to make it look a little more like a mysterious look, and accidentally.
Yeah, like I said, the permanent lights. There's just a lot of fun stuff you can do with that. When my sister and her husband, they have a crazy light show every year. It's pretty amazing. I wouldn't go that level, but it would be nice to just have something, to put up, so I don't have to do that every single year. Get up and down the roof. So, yeah.
Was it scary? Getting on the ladder in
your
30s.
Hard pass on that. Although we did go up and down.
When you're a kid,
we did.
You're up when you're a kid. You go up and down that ladder like no one's business, hanging Christmas lights for your parents, and then all of a sudden in your 30s you get up there, and it's a little different experience.
we had to buy a ladder to get into Brandon's attic. That's what. Oh, that was
Afterwards, my wife is like, "I hope you use that ladder again." Like, could you have just rented one? I was like, where do you rent a ladder?
He insisted on buying the 23-footer.
We were there. We were determined to get the job done.
We were.
That's what needed to happen. It worked out fine. Have you guys ever seen like those cool string lights? I think those look pretty neat for like a patio or.
Yeah, I would love to get some of those on my deck. Would be pretty awesome.
Like hang from like the awning over to like a pole and back or something. I feel like it's like that cool like bar type look or like brewery type setting.
And you can hang outside, but it's not.
I have some
right.
I got some plans in the works this summer to actually put in some poles, big poles in the ground, cement, and then doing shade sails in between, and then running like those lights in between. So we'll see what that looks like when it's done.
That'll be perfect for grilling.
Yeah.
As long as the shade sail doesn't catch on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So now they're talking about grilling. Let's. Do you have any of you have a smart grill yet? I don't have a smart grill, but we've.
No. I mean, I think
we've seen the light.
I have a smart meat thermometer.
That's
in the grill.
The meter? Is it the meter? That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have you
I can't remember.
touched the probe with your hands? I've known way too many guys that have done that.
No, not burned myself yet.
Yeah, in our beer group, they're also into like smoking meats, and at least once a year, one of them will be like, "Oh man, I accidentally touched the probe," because they just go to like move it or whatever, and it's like, "Duh, that's hot."
Good work, guys.
Many, beers or bourbons.
But we did see some cool. I mean those. I want a meat thermometer. I've had one on my wish list for 2 years. Nobody seems to want to buy it for me. But, like we saw the grills at CES, the Weber.
They're pretty cheap now.
The grills or the meat the meat meters.
The meat thermometers.
I know it's
those
like
are real cheap now.
$25
Yeah.
in
I
my
was gonna say,
list.
I have one. Actually, I have the same one Eric's talking about here. I have the Chef IQ.
The Chef IQ.
I got it for Cassie. Well, it was sent to me, but I thought of Cassie at the time. I was like, you can use this. She did.
Brandon's one of the guys that gets gifts for his spouse that is actually for himself. So
Nice.
No.
Like
This-
when
yes,
Homer bought the
sir.
bowling ball with his name on it for Marge. That's
Yeah. Oh, she likes that stuff. The kitchen. She has a cooking blog. Okay, guys, she's into this. I'm not just like saying, "Hey, go into the kitchen."
By the way,
And I'm the type of guy that will I'll find a purpose for hey, this is an excuse to get something, and then hey, you can use this.
Right.
Review blenders
It's like-
and toasters and stuff for Amazon, and then you're gonna have a bunch of blenders and toasters, and you can tell me what one the best is. I don't know. I always want to turn something into business, right? Like, how can we get some affiliate revenue going here?
that's smart. I'm so good at not making money. That's
how
like
can
my
we get them to send me some free toasters? Like,
My
can I
s-
get 10 toasters?
my special skill is working without making money. That's like the best thing that's the thing I'm best at. So we gotta you need to help me help me with that.
on
This is
our
like
next show,
things
Brandon's
I'm
gonna be like, I bought my wife this grill, the smart
Yeah.
grill.
Yeah.
She really
and it's
wanted
a
it.
business expense because I have this channel and I write about the stuff. It's a business expense.
So when is that
I
article coming out about
need-
grill?
I needed this Apple.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
that I have definitely not used.
100%.
This was a need, not a want, guys. It was a business expense. It was an essential write-off.
So
Goodness.
when we were at CES, we did go to the Weber event. They had 3 grills there that were pretty.
You got food, right?
Yes.
Too? You got food?
Although,
No red meat though.
yeah,
Still
they,
bad about that.
that had to be a mistake, right? Like, there's no way they
Yeah, they just
they planned this fancy.
hired some party planner and they just didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
was a minor detail.
Details.
you don't. They had this huge
What do you
grilling
mean
event
it's
and they couldn't cook steaks. So we had fish and
I mean, it was good.
it's fine, but it's like it's a little disappointing with that. But
Seemed really un-American.
It
Eric
did.
bailed out.
what's that?
Although he did
Oh,
leave
yeah.
his drink behind for me, so that was acceptable.
True.
I probably shouldn't have had that many, but they're canning bourbons, and I like bourbon.
That was an interesting. I'm surprised you made it back to your room, but you did. I saw you the next day, and you're here today. So,
Survived. Yeah.
I'm a survivor.
but yeah, it was.
Vegas, and I won somehow.
So, anyways, that Weber,
Not at the tables, but
that Weber pretty much did it all. It was basically it had an app with it, and you basically told it what you were cooking, and you put the probe in there, and it's like okay, put it on this part of the grill, and then it would tell you later, beep, oh, you need to flip it over, you need to move it over to this part of the grill for your different zone. It was like you didn't have to know anything.
I need that. Like I'll admit, like I'm not the manliest of mans when it comes to the grilling.
Yeah.
like I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
Put the meat on there for a little bit, flip it, call it good, hope I cooked it enough, and then nobody dies. Honestly, and I like my meat rare, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But if I was cooking like a pork chop or I don't know something else, I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't want tapeworm or salmonella?
Like I've had it before. It's fine. I lived. Actually got it from Chipotle.
Probably,
by the
probably
way.
lost some weight too while you're at it. Like,
Yeah.
like it's good.
No, it was E. coli, not salmonella. Sorry, it's E.
So-
coli is what I had.
You know what the nickname for E. coli is, right? It's called poo-poo hands. Get it from fecal matter. Just so
Yeah.
you're aware.
Well, shit happens. So Eric is ready for CES 2025. This
Darn right.
a couple people are like booking their rooms already. I'm over
What?
here like thinking about what I'm going to do this weekend, not like January. But kudos to them for.
Like, okay, seriously, I saw rooms. I
So what
stayed at John's house there, but like there were rooms near the strip for like $100
Yeah.
a night. So when day of.
If
So.
you stay through like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it just gets astronomical. But
Oh, okay. Well, I bailed. That was good for me. So
I'm like a get in and get out kind of guy, like media days,
Mhm.
and then like. But I go hard, right? Like
you did.
when I'm there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get as many meetings as possible. I'm gonna network my ass off. I'm gonna see everything I can, and then I'm gonna hang out with my friends in the evening time. And I do
Yeah.
Vegas. But you can't do that for too many days in a row. You'll die.
Yes.
So that's why I have to go home. Otherwise, trouble will ensue.
Absolutely.
My liver and my feet can't take any more days. Okay? Or my voice.
Go big, then go home. That's the way you do it.
Go big, then go home. I love that. I might do CD again though. I'm starting to think about do we do it one day?
I mean, it worked. I didn't need anything else. The one day I did last year I saw everything I needed to see. So that's what I'd recommend.
After you've seen the grill at CES on a scale of from 1 smart faucet all the way up to a 10, I don't know, a hub, where would it be?
Yeah.
Where would it be on your scale
of needs? I mean, it's a 4.
Or usefulness.
We're going on the Reed scale here, where he's rating all of his stuff 1 to 10.
Yeah.
If you were a person that grilled a lot, I would give it a 7.
Okay.
But there's people that are serious into that stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
Well, I'm just saying, I use my faucet a lot, but by adding the smart features, does it make it, something where you'd be like, yeah, this makes it noticeably different to my life or lifestyle or the way I cook.
Doing that kind of serious grilling, yeah, because it's got that sear thing, and then it's got all the different stuff.
Yep.
But I think for most people, just their mid-range grill and just having that Summit or Weber Connect app, I think is pretty slick. If nothing more than to tell you that it's on or what the heck the temperature is at, because every time you open it, then that's bad.
Yep.
So having those probes,
right.
I think that's smart.
I think
I'm not a grilling connoisseur, by the way.
It'll make you a better griller.
It absolutely would. If you wanted to go from a mediocre griller to a great griller, that's the easiest way to get there, I think.
There you go.
So
that's fair.
And they had that ones too, which I think is so if you're an apartment,
the backyard current was the one that I saw. It seemed intriguing.
Pretty neat. And then there was the steam one too, which probably not for me, but
the one that flipped
cool.
sideways. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah. So I think there's a market there. So it's cool to see a company innovating. I mean, they didn't have to. They're the bestseller in that space, but
that's why, because they're
cool stuff.
But do you think that they're expanding? Well, I think it's a matter of expanding market share there. Maybe you've never grilled before, never bought one, but you know what? I'm going to give her a shot.
Yeah, for that techie. I'm kind of at the point where I want less things to be connected to my Wi-Fi.
Right.
So what can I make not smart? Does my washing machine need to be smart? My dishwasher? I'm at the point where I don't think it does. I can hear the beeping.
Trust me,
I'm still not gonna go change the load.
It always depends on where your washer and dryer is. In the basement, you can't hear. That's nice.
Trust me. My 20-year-old dryer, you can hear that anywhere. All right, you will know when that is on. I can't record.
Knowing that it's done. I'm still not gonna change.
Right, exactly. I'm still gonna leave it overnight.
Until I get run out of polos, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I gotta do that.
Exactly. So bad at that. I'm so bad at that.
We have so many kids in laundry. It's literally we have a laundry room manager at ours. It's 20 loads a week.
Jeez.
It's different. Just hits different over here, okay?
What you gotta do a bunch of polos that look the same.
There you go, Steve Jobs.
This is my summertime work uniform, okay?
What's that movie where he goes in the closet and it's the exact same outfit every day?
That's decision making.
The accountant
fatigue. Anyways, we're getting on a tangent. I apologize.
Oh my god!
All right. Respectful of people's time.
Okay, let's get one more outdoor category. Let's talk about irrigation system controllers. I've got what's it? Okay, Ratio.
I'm going
with Ratio.
I'm going to go Ratio.
Oh, of course you are. Vince?
I have no idea. I have done a deal with them, and I still don't know. But it's a great system.
It is.
I like that it detects weather. I have a perfectly good one sitting in a box because, of course, Moen wanted me to test their system, so I pulled the one out and put the new one in. That one has a motion or a rain sensor thing that you put in the soil.
Nice
gimmick.
Oh, really? Doesn't?
Yeah. So we get like our front yard stays pretty dry, and our backyard, we're on a wetland,
Yep.
so it gets wetter. But like I found that the ratio, or however you want to pronounce it,
Ratio.
just with its like smart intelligence, whatever, just as good as the thing with the sensor. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe if I had more of the sensors, but the sensors are like $65 each, and so like it's going to take a lot of water to offset the cost of a $65 sensor that I don't need.
Yeah, so I
Go ahead.
no, I refuse. Better
I
start
have
talking.
one of the Zigbee ones. I just bought off of Amazon. The same thing. Not necessarily worth it. But I was just confirming what you were saying, Brennan.
Awesome. So as far as like I had a manual. I didn't have a smart irrigation controller until I got the Ratio last year and a half ago, and it's so much better. I always forgot to deal with that, and our grass would die, and then we get too watered, and so having the Ratio is worth every penny, especially because I got an 80% refund from the city of Shakopee. So if you live in Shakopee,
Nice.
you can get one for $20.
There you go. I think I like having it be smart though. Like there was a day there were some kids just playing in our yard. I was not having it, so I had to turn the sprinklers on. And you can do that remotely on your app.
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah. I would have had to go in my garage before that. That's no good.
I'm just a peasant over here, so I don't have an in-ground irrigation system. So I use the Beehive. Those they're like the smart that you put them on your outlet or your faucet spigots outside, and you can set up routines with those. So I do a couple different things. I got one that fills my fountain because the water evaporates out of there, and I got sensors in there. It says when it's low, and then I use it just to kind of like water some of the gardens and stuff like that with drip irrigation. So. But nothing full yard like you guys.
Well, I think you're more DIY, which is the theme of the channel. So
it is.
Do you put the sensors away in the winter, or do they just kind of live out there?
No, I take them off because I've
suppose they
learned the hard way. I busted a pipe that froze in there when I accidentally left the water when it froze in October. So I take them all down and then I put them all back up. So it's not that hard though.
Yep.
2 AA batteries a piece. I got to buy a big pack and just replace them all.
Go. Yeah, I was gonna say like in the winter the batteries would just get toasted anyways. It's cold.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I have also burst a pipe in my basement. It was not cool. And then when I tried to turn the water off, the valve broke off in my hand. I'm like, that's a problem. That's not good. So
indeed.
I did order. I'm in the process for that very reason because I've done it twice now for the spigots. In most modern houses they have on-off valves for the spigots for outside.
Yep.
So I was going to put some of those Zeus Titan water actuators on those.
The Zeus Titan.
They will just right when the weather like gets below zero, they'll automatically turn the water off on those, and so then I don't have to worry about busted pipes for.
Well, no, you still got to. You got to drain it still, even if you don't. You still got to drain the water. So you got to hang halfway there.
Off, it'll still drain out back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was told by the plumber. But
all right,
the best way to do it is to turn the water off completely, and then do like the bleeder valve things.
Right.
But even just turning it off is enough. Anyway, so we're all going to need to subscribe to At My Home because he's got a great review coming up on bird feeders with those cameras in them.
I saw those. Those were kind of interesting. I didn't know how it.
I have no experience with these, but my mother-in-law would go insane. So I am going to stay tuned for their review. Anxious to see what feedback they have, and maybe that'll be a gift for my mother-in-law for Christmas, and then maybe I'll just write about it and
write it off on your taxes. There we go.
You just write
Mother's Day is coming up, Brandon. Mother's Day.
Write it up. Do you have to give your mother-in-law a Mother's Day gift? I don't know. What's the etiquette here, boys?
I know. That's my wife's. I love you.
I mean,
my
don't you buy
mother-in-law,
it together though
but,
with your spouse that you go together? Don't you put both your names on the card that you give?
Yeah,
I do.
Yes, let's be real.
So Cassie probably puts your name on it. You just don't know.
Sure, let's go with that. I have like a reminder in my phone to like say something.
That's nice.
Anyways,
that's nice. I actually did surprise my mother-in-law with a Mother's Day. I brought some flowers all by my own. Before I was even married, we were engaged. I think we were engaged. Or maybe Kelly was working. I don't know. I did surprise her. I felt very good about that. She was very happy. So you're great, Gene.
And that was
I don't think she's watching.
first and last, or
no, maybe. I don't know.
Every year.
It should be every year. We do.
I feel like once you start that process, you can't stop. Like that's just the rule. Like
Yeah.
you set the expectation.
That's why you
you
gotta set
follow
the bar
through
low.
every year.
You got to lower the expectation, my friend, and then you just slow.
Under promise, over deliver.
That's from Seinfeld, by the way.
All right. So you guys, we're at 9:00. Let's get to our big. Should we do a big idea of the week or a fail of the week first? Let's go with.
It's up to you.
Let's go with our big idea of the week. Big idea. Of the week. Okay. Here's our. It might be playing music. I think it's playing music right now. And we're back to us. Okay, it's our big idea of the week. This is what we think is going to change the smart home world. Let's go, Vince. Vince, what's your big smart home idea of the week?
Oh my gosh, I had like smart home idea what I was working on.
Oh yeah, we separated those into two categories now to stretch
So
out
you're
the
on
show.
the spot. You have to have an idea now. Do it.
Let's have Brandon go first, and then I will think about my idea because I had something else.
Whatever your idea is, I'm going to steal it right now. But,
Okay, I'm gonna go first because I'm
that's how it
actually.
works. No, I got this.
Okay.
I got this. So, you know how, and I have to credit my wife for this. It's actually her idea. But you know how there's smart fridges that show like what's in the fridge, right?
Mhm.
And they have like AI around recipes, and that's fine. But what she would really like is what's in our pantry, and beyond just like having a camera in the pantry, like just like something that's like, hey, you're low on macaroni and cheese. You're low on.
So like at the
on
Amazon, like if you go to the Amazon store that has like RFID tags or something on every
Yeah, we used
item.
we had the wand back in the day, and that was awesome. But then they got rid of that. I don't do the Amazon the Prime Pantry anymore. We used to be Prime Pantry subscribers, but now we live next to a grocery store.
Yeah.
Like literally we drive by it every time. So
But there's like actual
we need to go
physical.
there.
There's physical Amazon stores that like you just.
Yeah, those are neat.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm talking about. Like
yeah.
where you just walk out and it just knows what you have in your
Yeah,
cart.
when we were in Seattle, I really wanted to go to one, but apparently, like there was such high crime with them that they're like all closed. I was asking all the locals about it. I was like, "Can I experience this?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, like they shut those all down." It was kind of like this thing for show, and yeah, but the tech looks so cool.
Mhm.
I was disappointed, but yeah,
They had
it
one in the
would
Mall
be
of
cool
America.
to have something that would track what's in there, and then like build a grocery list for you, right? So that
Yeah.
like have that ready to go, and then when we're out shopping, when she's out shopping, I really need to do a better job of like contributing to these things, but I don't. I'm going to be very honest. She does all of her grocery shopping.
You're
But if
That's
I
a
had
great
a
idea.
list, so if I had a
I
list,
like that one a lot.
like AI created, then I would totally. That's my excuse. That's why I don't do it.
All right, Vince, do you want to go or should I give my
Okay.
idea? Go ahead.
I got one. Actually, there's something I already been thinking about. So we have our kids every other week because we're a blended family. And so sometimes the bus driver doesn't know if the kids are here or not. And so I came up with this idea because always every Monday morning, he just flies by. He doesn't stop at all. And so my idea is I'm actually going to put a light at the end of the driveway, whether it's red or green, to tell him whether he needs to stop or not. And I'm going to basically set up a routine based on if the kids, they have a phone. And so if it's geofencing is in the house, that means the kids are there. So on Monday morning, the light will be out front and to tell him that he's got to stop. Or green means he can keep going. He doesn't have to stop because there's no kids here. So and I'm going to tell him.
Nice.
Because I'm trying to bring in my kid to school because he misses the bus.
He just doesn't even care. I love it. What a good driver. He's got a schedule to keep, man. He doesn't have time to stop
He's
for
like, I ain't
kids.
stopping for nothing.
No, he doesn't. So that's a very, very clever idea. And hopefully it
Shannon,
works.
if you're watching, I'm sorry that I outed you, but
All right. So my big idea of the week, as you can tell, I struggle to get things done. I want to have some sort of, I don't know what it is, some sort of sensor that can sense when I'm not being productive, and then it would just shock me in my chair into like productivity. I don't know if it's an eyeball sensor that senses my eyeballs drifting into the web browser or something, but I need something to keep me focused.
Like Tesla. A Tesla car can do that.
Can it?
Not pay attention to the road. Yeah, when you're on
Indeed.
autopilot.
Yeah. Everything, all my ideas are already built. That's great. So okay, I need to I need to
It's
buy.
called
Like,
Adderall.
build that
Pete.
into your
You need
computer.
Adderall.
I've got some. I need more.
Have you tried cocaine?
Ooh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. If I like that, I can give that to my mother-in-law for Mother's Day.
That's a great idea.
Great
necklace,
idea.
Necklace with a...
Adderall and cocaine. So okay, so we've got lots of good ideas there. Now let's go on to our smart home smart home regrets of the week, you guys. That's what are your smart home regrets this week? Or
I'll go.
Everything's
Since I
fine? Okay,
didn't do it.
go for it.
So my dogs are really bougie. So on my automatic door opener, the dogs go in and out of to go to the bathroom or let themselves out whenever they want. One of the sensors died in the collar for the first time. And the dog, he's so used to just going outside to go potty that he didn't know what to do with himself when the door would not open for him. So I had a 125-pound dog pee all over the floor. It was like a gallon.
Which robot vacuum did you use to clean up that yard?
Thank God. It was not running. I do have one of those like what are they called? Like the little green something from Bissell, where it's like a little handheld carpet shampooer. And we use that, but it was a massive amount. And I was like, how can I make sure that I know when these batteries are about to die? Because I do never want to do this ever again. But they're real bougie, so they're like, oh, you don't want to let me out? I guess I'll just pee right here then. I'm not gonna hold it anymore. So that was my smart home fail of the week.
Nice. Brandon, what do you got?
So the robots, they're getting into a little bit of trouble. So we had that lawnmower. It was getting stuck in a little hole and then kind of just messed up the area around it and calling for help. So then we had a robot vacuum I was testing that was confined to the theater area because it can't handle the whole house. It just doesn't have enough battery, isn't smart enough to map. And so it was getting into trouble, but it actually escaped the testing area. So it just kept hitting the door enough because it's like those sliding doors, right? Barn doors. They were all the rage. It hit it enough. It got out, and then it went into the bathroom on the other side of the house and went around the door and hit that door enough times to trap itself in there.
Oh.
So not only did it go get out of the one area, but then it got trapped on the other side of the house. I was like, what the heck? The moral of the story is
safe area
with a robot vacuum. So don't buy the LaFont $88 Amazon special that doesn't even have a freaking roller on it. It's such a bad product.
$88.
It costs to make it.
Apparently, you can't go wrong. You can go wrong.
But if you are going to buy it, please use my affiliate link.
Yes.
So I can,
and then don't return it. Then don't ever return it.
I don't return it because clawbacks are so bad on that. It's annoying. Real first world problems.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. My smart home fail of the week is related to the door video that I continue to say I'm going to come out with. If you have something working, you got it working. Don't be like, you know what? I can make this a little bit better with just a little bit of effort. And you'll realize it's a lot of effort, and then you can't go back to the way it was. But it is working now. I got it working, and I got it working in a way that I could even tell people how to do it in a relatively simple fashion. But yeah, I tried to shoot for the moon, and it really cost me.
Were you using Home Assistant by chance?
I was. No, this is all. No. This is all me trying to do mechanical things. I'm cutting metal, you guys. I'm drilling holes and things. We got all sorts of wackiness
like
happening.
MacGyver. I like it.
It's even in, yes, I even call it a MacGyver. I even said that in the script. You'll see it when it comes out. Yes, I absolutely MacGyvered the heck out of this thing. It has it's a
I have the bell notification turned on. So
okay, you'll see.
You upload something.
I use a water valve to open my doors. That's how MacGyvered this thing is. All right.
All right.
Yeah. You're like, all right.
You have piqued my interest.
All right.
So.
It's happening. It works. It works. And then okay. There's a lot of issues happen, but we got it. Now that I know it, I went through all the pain, so you guys don't have to. So we'll get to that.
How many trips to Home Depot?
Probably 5, maybe.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Gonna be a good video. I'm excited.
I know. A couple of those trips were just.
Did you post a price list?
I will do that. Yeah. It's cheap. It's like $50. I mean, it's like not.
Oh, wow.
Okay. My price list was a lot higher than that because
you're testing
I
what
went
works.
through a bunch of things didn't work, but yeah, you can do it for $50. So.
Nice.
All right. Well, with that, let's just say what we're working on this week, and then we'll get out of here. So, anything coming down the chute there, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm thinking about upgrading to a unified network. We got the Eros currently, which is fine, but like I'm just looking for an excuse to have a fun new project, and so that would entail doing a wall mount rack probably.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Maybe going back up in the attic. But no, I got
Yay.
a showroom tour out, so I went out and met with some professional integrators and kind of talked about what do they got going on, and so those will be coming up on our channel. I had the other tour got posted. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. It's an older Crestron system in a home, but other than that, just testing the Echo Hub now that that's been installed, and then we got Josh AI running, so that's been pretty good.
Awesome.
That's about it.
Awesome. Vince, what do you got?
So you're telling me, Brandon, you're getting your wife, who's not a mother, a unified system for Mother's Day? Is that what you're saying?
Well, she might get the Arrows, like we got the system here. My mom is on this plan where like she never buys a TV. She just waits until I upgrade. But I haven't upgraded in a while, so she's been encouraging me. She's like, isn't there like a new one out? It's like 4K something or other. It's like, no.
That's my dog bark. All right, Vince.
For me, what I'm working on this week, so I'm getting my first batch of like test items, like you guys, like as influencer stuff. So getting some products to make some videos for. So I'm testing some Y strips and then a couple other things. So some videos coming out on that stuff. And then I'm finalizing my 3D print product for my automatic window opener, so I do not have to turn the air conditioner on.
Beautiful.
I'm like adamant about not turning it on yet.
Nice.
And the 3D printing has been a huge pain in the butt because I don't know how to design any 3D prints. So I have a buddy that's helping me out with that. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that. So as for me, I've got the door video that will come out this week, or I will.
You promise?
I'm gonna retire from YouTube if I don't get that out this week. And then Brandon, we're working on the video that we made for your Amazon Echo Hub, so should be good, should be fun. A lot of.
You did it all in one take, by the way. It was no. You should see this guy. He just
one take wonder.
He's
just quick on my feet. Just never stumble.
There was no mistakes made whatsoever.
No, it's perfection. It was amazing. It was an amazing process.
But actually, the install went well.
It did.
I shocked even myself.
Yeah. No, it looks
other
good.
Than needing a ladder.
Yeah, we did it in a day. It was amazing. And so I got that video coming out, and then we're gonna try to be making some shorts of these lives that we've done here to try to get those out for people that don't want to spend an hour with us, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't, we'll get some shorts out with some highlights. But I do want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for commenting in the chat. Tell your friends to watch. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Be sure to give feedback too if there's anything you want us to adjust.
Oh yeah, we want
not do.
Yeah, feedback, and we want to do a mailbag episode at some point. So
we might even have guests eventually. What? We'll see. We got some cool stuff.
This is crazy.
Planned.
It's crazy.
But yeah, feedback on the idea of the week, regret of the week. We're open to it.
Yep. All right. That's it for us, guys.
Okay.
Thanks. See you later. Okay, we are out.